Adesanya Pereira.
UFC middleweight championship. First presence is the former middleweight champion and the #1 ranked contender.
Israel said after the fight, he's like, "Keep my leg up. My leg was
you
useless."
watch it in the replay.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it even because I was upstairs watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they started showing the highlights later on, I was like, wow, he like went down from the one check too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
he checked it really weird. And
Well, he kind of
got
like
calf
tripped
kicked.
over his foot
Yeah.
and then went down. So we said, "Oh, he just stumbled," but it was really because his leg wasn't working well anymore.
Already.
Yeah. It was the first round. I went and I've watched that fight several times, and
Apparently so has Alex Pereira
Yeah.
made Glover watch it every
Oh,
time he
really?
comes over. Apparently he puts it on. Yeah.
I watched it again, and it's that first round. He's got a very strange style. It's very uniquely
Pereira?
his. Yeah, the stand-up style. It's very different. Like his hands, he stands like this,
He's just freakishly long
Yeah.
and big for that weight class.
and his power is preposterous.
You can you ever see some of those guys, like when you look at certain skinny guys, and I'm not calling him, he's not like
He's lean,
but he's lean. And you
tall and lean.
those guys are the guys I worry about because it's those guys that hit freakishly hard. That it's the big muscle guys. You know that guy's going to hit you hard, but it's these sneaky, tall, lean guys.
Those Tommy
man.
Hearns looking
Yeah,
dudes.
and they
Yeah.
when they turn into those hooks, his left hook.
So much torque and leverage. Hook is a thing of beauty, man. It
Yeah.
really is. I mean, his everything sick.
Scary dude.
He's such a scary guy, and the high-level kickboxing experience that he has, like coming over from Glory. I'm very interested to see what Israel does different in the second fight, but I'm really interested in seeing him against someone who can wrestle. That's what I'm really interested in.
I was just going to say it's kind of working out perfectly for Alex, where you get another shot.
Yeah.
You get to go and face Israel again. That's the best matchup for you. You got a guy that is probably going to stand with you for as long as the fight lasts.
Yeah.
When he's really going to get challenged is when he has somebody that's going to say, that.
Marvin Vettori.
I'm going to grapple your ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to pressure you up against the fence. And for guys like Vettori, it's got to be like, all right. They want him to stay the champ.
Yeah.
Because Izzy already had their number, and he's been there. But as long as Pereira's in there, another kickboxer, but with a different style, maybe not as much experience in the grappling department, they're chomping at the bit to get in there. Well, I don't know how
not necessarily
chomping at the bit they are.
chomping, scary. Robert Whitaker, Whitaker's very well-rounded. He's an interesting matchup for him. There's very good matchups in that 185-pound division, but in my opinion, what's interesting is he's a specialist. He's like a pure specialist.
Yeah.
I mean, he can grapple a little bit, but that's not what he wants to do. He wants to knock you to the bleachers.
Yeah, and you know it going
Yeah.
in. You
Yeah.
know that's what he wants to do to you. Which is try to. I mean, Izzy was winning that fight, and he still got him out of there.
Yep.
I couldn't believe it. I remember even saying to the people when we were watching it up in the ESPN desk, we're like, man, could you imagine if he pulls it off here in the end? He did it.
Yeah, he did it. But Izzy was probably ahead 3. Well, how many rounds do you think he was ahead going into that 5th round?
That was the 5th, and I think even that round was that who? I don't remember now.
Well, Izzy definitely won the first and almost knocked him out.
I think he had probably 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, it's
Comfortably.
hard to say. I'd have to go back and.
As of right now, he's just going out there and playing with guys. I want to see him tested.
Fight fans, welcome back to Luxurytainment. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the rematch between Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya. The main event sees Pereira make his first title defense after a stunning 5th round comeback to knock out Adesanya in their first MMA encounter in 2022. Pereira previously held 2 wins over Adesanya in kickboxing, including out in their second fight, which then set the stage for their showdown in the UFC.
Why are they fighting? The first time they fought, Madison Square Garden, the Mecca, nobody'd gone from unknown to the organization to a main event to a world title fight faster than Pereira. Oh, then you find out the backstory that Pereira and Adesanya had crossed paths not once but twice before. You get the added bonus, right? Who even knows this if it's true, but it gets thrown into the story that Adesanya left kickboxing just to get away from Pereira, that Pereira left kickboxing just to chase after. It feels like the truth is in there somewhere.
Now Pereira looks to keep his undefeated run against Adesanya going, while the last stylebender seeks vengeance against the only person to hand him a defeat at middleweight in the UFC. Alex Pereira has frightening power in both hands, but he's also still fairly new as an MMA fighter with just 8 professional fights, including 4 in the octagon. The threat of Pereira's striking should produce a focused Adesanya who is ready to counter at all times, unlike the more loose point fighter he has become of late when contenders aren't willing to go for broke against him. Pereira should be plenty willing, which will mean Adesanya must be at his very best, but the deeper the fight goes, the more unknown questions emerge for Pereira, including everything from his stamina and ground game to his ability to make adjustments. Despite Pereira having the wins over Adesanya, Adesanya is the better striker on a technical level. Pereira is one of the pound-for-pound heaviest hitters in the sport, and someone The problem I see for Adesanya is that engaging in striking is uniquely dangerous for him in this fight. Yes, he's better technically, but MMA gloves not only lead to harder shots from Pereira, which he tasted in his last defeat in the octagon, but also to more difficulty in defending against those shots coming at you. An Adesanya win is the more likely outcome this time around, as Adesanya needs this more psychologically than the belts to fight the Pereira demon. However, it only takes one shot from Pereira to end this fight, while Adesanya has to be on point at all times.
Two strikers, not a wrestling match between the two of them. I can't remember a main event for a world championship in the modern era where that ever happened. I can't remember. There might be a time out there. Don't think you have to correct me. What I'm sharing for you is there is a walk of our society. There is a stand-up, an elbow, knee, a punch and kick group of our society that had to be very excited for this moment to come. And the moment came and the fight delivered.
It's been some time since siding with Adesanya required such caution. Pereira has the more powerful kickboxing, and is brimming with confidence, having defeated Adesanya in 3 previous matches. Adesanya is the more elusive striker, employing feints, footwork, and counterattacks that disarm most opponents.
You guys didn't demand this fight. They didn't demand the fight. Why are they fighting? And what does happen? I'd just like to know, where do we go from here? If Adesanya is to beat Pereira, and Pereira says, hey, that's rubbish, let's do it again, don't we have to? Don't we have to, just out of respect, show the guy the same courtesy that he's already shown you, not once, not twice, but 3 times? Which is soon to be 4 times. Don't you have to?
Pereira has proven far more hittable in the octagon thus far, which should work to Adesanya's advantage. On the surface, Pereira's knockout of Adesanya in both of their previous fights is concerning. A full watch through both of those fights, however, shows that Adesanya was having his way with Pereira before the finish. I predict that Adesanya wins this time round.
I'm facing a guy who's beat me in kickboxing, and now he's still chasing me because he knows I'm the king, and he wants to try and get that away from me. You guys see what happens when my back's against the wall, when I really have that pressure. I put pressure on myself, but when I have pressure put on me as well. So, yeah, I look forward to fighting him in that next
Got a
fight.
little wrestling exchanges in there. Pierre, boy, he looked like he got a great takedown, wonderful hips. Izzy comes out on top, scrambles back to their feet, on and on they go, going into the 5th round, the 5th and final round. Pierre makes it perfectly clear of his understanding and his opinion of time and space by looking to his cornerman Glover Teixeira and saying, this is the 5th round, isn't it? I have to stop him, don't I? Okay, I'm going to knock him out. It was chilling. In retrospect, that was a chilling moment because no athlete has a command of his senses going into the 5th round. You are absolutely exhausted. In a 5th round, it would not matter how good the advice you're being given is, there's nothing you can do with it. And moreover, going into a 5th round, you've never seen a conversation. That was what was more impressive than anything, the fact that they had a conversation. It'd be one thing for an athlete to be looking, just sitting there and looking at him, thinking, why aren't you pouring water down my throat? But in the meanwhile, I'll just look at you. Guy's mouth moving. It's completely different to have Pierre having a conversation, leading it in many ways. Laying out where it is that they are in time and space and what needs to be done to maximize the potential of an opportunity to win this fight. It was shocking that he then got up and went and did it.
So guys, who do you have winning between Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya rematch? Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and have a great day.
I'm the champ, I'm the king!